What's up, guys? This is do's and don'ts for getting a custom tattoo in 2024. What's up, guys? For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Mike Woods. I own Advent Tattoo Studio and Art Gallery in Katy, Texas. I am a tattoo artist, photographer, videographer, and I've been in the tattoo industry for 18 years. A few years ago, I did a video that was the same thing, and I figured I would just jump in and give you guys an update. As a client, these are a few things to consider whenever you're approaching your artist for a custom tattoo. Like I said, I've been in this industry for a very long time. I've experienced every possible situation that you can think of. I've been in every situation whenever it comes to good clients, bad clients, everything in between. These are a few talking points that I've put together over a period of time to kind of help you guys out. So with that being said, let's jump right in. Number one, be clean. I can't emphasize this enough. Whenever you show up for your tattoo appointment, be clean. Take a shower. Make sure you don't smell like onions because you just ate a burrito. Make sure that your skin is clean. Now, you may be sitting there asking yourself, there's no way that that can be a thing. People don't show up to their tattoo appointments stinky and gross. That is 100% a thing. I cannot tell you how many times I've sat down, and multiple other artists have sat down to sterilize our clients. We give the first wipe with the old alcohol swab. We look at the paper towel, and the paper towel that was white is now brown because of nastiness. So in a nutshell, guys, just be clean. You know, just take a shower before you come in, brush your teeth, be ready to go. And it's not just for the artist's sake, it's also for your sake, because if your skin is gross, the likelihood for some sort of cross-contamination is there. Number two, be patient. One of the things that you may not know is that most tattoo artists are not employees. We are either subcontractors or we are self-employed, which means we handle the workload from the start of the process, from consultations, inquiries, booking, all the way to the end of it, follow-ups, making sure that clients are happy with their piece, make sure that everything is healing correctly. So a lot of times there's a bit of a wait. It is a 18-hour-a-day job. We respond to emails, we respond to DMs, we respond to phone calls, we call people back, we do all of these things along with a full tattoo schedule and try and balance our lives outside of the studio, whether it be with our significant others or our kids or whatever. So in a nutshell, just be patient. Your artist isn't ignoring you. They're just trying to get back to you in a timely fashion, and realistically, they probably have a backlog that they're trying to work their way through, and you're either at the middle or towards the end, or hell, you might even be at the very beginning and they're about to get to you. So just be patient. It works out better for everybody. Number three, don't be cheap. I cannot emphasize this enough. In this industry, in my opinion, more so than any other industry, if you do not invest in yourself, you are gonna end up with a bad product. You definitely get what you pay for, unfortunately. If you have an artist down the street that is charging $300 for a half sleeve and they can get you in next week versus an artist that is charging $300 an hour that is going to take you a few months to get in, I would be willing to bet and guarantee the artist that has an extended wait time is going to yield a better artistic outcome. I stake my reputation on it. The reason that they charge what they charge and the reason that they are booked out as far as they are booked out is because they've built that reputation over time, and they've built the skill set to charge more because they can produce a product that nobody else can. And they also have an extended wait time because they're good. They have multiple people that are trying to get in, that have projects that are ongoing. So in a nutshell, don't be cheap. You're investing in yourself. You're investing into your body, and it is permanent. So don't be cheap. That's not good for anybody. Number four, listen to suggestion. Most of the time, if you're approaching an artist, it's because you like their work. It's because you like the rapport that you have with them. And more oftentimes than not, we do experience sometimes where clients try and micromanage the situation. They try and micromanage the process. And it's not out of any malice, it's just they're uncomfortable with relinquishing control of the situation, whether it be because of negative previous experiences or they just really want a good tattoo. If you are approaching a custom tattoo artist, you seek them out, you find their work, or you've been referred to them by other people, that's all based off of what you've seen, right? The proof is in the product, which means if you go to an artist and you're like, hey, I want A, B, C, and D, and I want it this big, and it has to be right here on my arm, and the artist says, hey, with all due respect, that's not going to work. That's too much detail in a small area, or those color combinations are not going to work, or it's just too detailed of a tattoo in that small of an area. Listen to them. They know what they're talking about. What can be done on paper and what can be done on the skin, two completely different things. So just trust the artist. They know what's best for you. Number five, don't get trendy tattoos. Stop. I've been tattooing for 18 years. Whenever I started tattooing, over that amount of time, the tattoo industry has completely changed. Some ways for the better, some ways for not the better. In the beginning of my career, it was all about individuality, right? It was about, I want to do this piece because it expresses myself in my own individual way. One of the things that I've seen over the last 5 to 6 years is that people heavily rely on what they see online, and then they fall in love with that piece, and then they ask for that piece over and over and over again. For example, we have multiple inquiries right now in our inbox for the studio, requests for literally the same subject matter. We have some sort of big cat with colored eyes, roses, pocket watches with their kids' times, and everything else. What a lot of people don't realize is that artists can give you instruction and they can give you suggestions to convey the same story while keeping the design and expressing your individuality intact. If you really, really like something, be open to it, but also be open to other suggestions that can convey and tell the same story. A true artist is going to push themselves on any level possible, which means if we have 5 clients over the year come to us and request the same exact subject matter, more than likely a ethical artist is going to say, hey, this is cool, but we can do something better. So just be open to suggestion and really listen. Lastly, the most important thing, creative freedom. This part I can't emphasize enough. Now, let me preface this by saying most of the people that are in the industry that are watching this are probably not going to agree with this first section, but just be patient with me. You'll see where it's going. There are 2 types of people in this industry that do tattoos. You have tattooers, and then you have tattoo artists. Tattooers are people that are used to very specifically working in small scale. More oftentimes than not, they are walk-in artists. They're used to doing small tattoos, multiple tattoos a day. It's very fulfilling to them, and it's a beautiful thing. It is the root foundation of what tattooing is and came from. If you look at styles like Sailor Jerry or Old Sailor tattoos, those were not full-on custom tattoos. Those were predetermined designs on the wall called flash. That is a tattooer. Then you have tattoo artists. People who are artists that also get into tattooing. Most oftentimes these people have a art background. That means they went to art school, they have been in digital art design, they've done media design, they oil paint, they do all of these things, and they use those tools that they've cultivated from that specific passion and they've injected them into tattooing, which means the more creative freedom you give the artist, the better product you are going to have, because they're going to be able to put their fingerprint on it. They're going to be able to give you the absolute best product that they can give you with no limitations. The more you limit the artists, the less of a stylized version that you are going to get from them, and then it just becomes very generic. Now, I know relinquishing control for something that's permanent and trusting another human being to do this is very scary. I get it, very scary. It's why you do your research. You do your research into the artist, you do research into the consistency of their work, and more so, you do research into their style. Which brings me to the very last point of this video. Look for artists whose style represents the project that you're wanting to get. One of the biggest issues that I've had over the last few years, and a lot of other artists have had in the industry, is you have people who inquire and they say, man, Mike, I love your work. I love your space stuff. I love your large scale black and gray. I love this. I want an American traditional tattoo. Can you do that for me? Styles don't match. The approach to drawing, the approach to composition, the complexity of the design, how we structure our appointments, all of those things matter. So if you look at a prospective artist's website or Instagram or whatever, and you go through and you scroll through and you see, oh man, there's a heart, there's space tattoo, there's a large scale black and gray piece. Do I see my project fitting in with this artist's capabilities? More oftentimes than not, if you don't see the style that you are wanting on their page, they don't do it. What you'd be better off doing is looking for an artist who specializes in that specific style. It's gonna be better. I turn away probably about 60% of the inquiries that I get, and I refer them to other artists who would be better suited for that project. Ethically, for me, that's just the thing. It makes sense to take a specific project that I'm not into doing and giving it to an artist who is going to absolutely love doing it. They're super passionate about it, and what that does is it yields, yet again, a better tattoo in the long run because they have passion for it. So in a nutshell, do your research. If the style that you are wanting to get doesn't really match the perspective artist style, then don't worry about it. There's other artists out there for you. So with that being said, that is do's and don'ts for getting a custom tattoo in 2024. Thanks for tuning in. You can give a like, comment, follow if you want, and if not, I'll see you next time. Bye.